Don't move. Turn your fantasy football into reality. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about overreactions. Like, here's an example. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions tonight, game 1 of the NFL season. I'm so excited. It's the battle of the unbeaten teams. It is. It's for first place. Winner tonight, first place overall, and that all-important bye week in the first round of the playoffs. Woo-hoo. Come on. It doesn't get any better than this. See, now that's kind of an overreaction, but it's fun to say, and I'll just save that one for week 17, if there's an unbeaten team. Anyway, fantasy football, there's a disaster lurking in the name of Travis Kielce. Have you replaced Kielce yet? I mean, he might not play. I know, your fantasy life, mine too, it's in shambles, it's destroyed because he might not play. As of the time of me doing this, it was questionable. So my gut says that he will play, but it's guarded. Noah Gray shares though through the roof. Don't spend a lot of money on, but anyway, he's now the #1 trending player in fantasy football. Whoever has him, hey, he's king. I mean, I have a different opinion. If I have Kielce on my team and he doesn't play, I might sit him anyway. I'll replace him with someone from my bench. Most likely I've already decided that, Juwan Johnson and Dalton Schultz as examples are better than Noah Gray. So just because Gray plays doesn't mean he's going to be as good as Kielce. Just remember that. If you have Kielce and you don't have a tight end 2 on your current roster, on your bench already, yeah, that's a problem you should have. We talk about this a lot. It's about being prepared. And let me just check something here. Yeah, that's how you win. I was just checking the manual there to make sure that I got it right. And as much as my talking about that winner tonight, being the top team in the NFL is an overreaction, so is falling all over yourself to grab Noah Gray off waivers. I just don't see it. If you aren't prepared, you aren't going to win, though. So there is that. You have to anticipate things going wrong because as the season goes on, things are going to go wrong. And the ones who are prepared are the ones that win. So how do you anticipate and be prepared? Because sometimes you don't know if a player is going to actually play until like 90 minutes before game time when the team has to announce whether the guy's going to play or not. So there's an old saying. It says, take care of the little things and the big things will look after themselves. So what do we mean by that? The example, there may be another issue this weekend. And the clue? Do you ever watch those little scrolly things on the bottom of the screen, the little ticker tape that goes across when you're watching like ESPN or Good Morning Football or highlights on your favorite sports network or something like that? Do you ever pay attention to them? And do you see the significance? Example, last year there was one week where I saw one team signed 3 tight ends to their practice squad. And I went, Spidey sense kind of popped up there, and I went to that team's website and went to the newspaper, the local newspaper, radio shows, and listened and looked. Found out that there was question about a couple of the blocking tight ends that they had, not the star that was my guy. So, but I was like, whew, but there was a clue that something wasn't right in the tight end room. So I'm watching this week, and I see that Washington, who plays early on Sunday, and that's a good thing, has signed Jamison Crowder to their practice squad. Now, I'm not saying go sign Jameis Crowder to your roster or go pick him up on waivers. And certainly, if you do, if you're in a fab league or the money leagues, just pick him up. It doesn't cost you anything to have him just in case. But don't ruin your waiver priority or cut somebody to add Jameis Crowder to your team. Not yet, anyway. Crowder's a 3-catch-a-game, 30, 40-yard guy with occasional touchdown. He's 30 years old. But what the signing means to me is that McLaren, who hurt his toe in the preseason, it's called turf toe, where the toe sprains, it goes all the way back. It hurts like heck. I've had that before. So he may not be able to play on Sunday, but by having Crowder on the bench, why would they sign Crowder? Because Crowder on the practice squad can be elevated 90 minutes prior to game time. See? But he already knows the system. He played in Washington before. So it's like coming home. They don't really have to coach the guy into the lineup. He can step in the event that McLaren doesn't play. Now, is he going to get all of McLaren's targets and get 100 yards and a touchdown and 10 catches? No, no. But it's a clue that McLaren may not play this weekend. So now you know that he might not play, and it's 3 or 4 days before the game. So now you can make adjustments to your roster and be prepared in the event that he doesn't play. And the good thing is he plays early on Sunday. So if you have to pull him from your roster early, chances are you've got someone on the bench who plays late, or make sure you have someone that plays later so that you can actually replace him. I mean, if you have to replace him with Crowder, okay, you're going to get some points, but there's lots better options out there. But just the little scrolly thing across the bottom of the screen gives you the clue that maybe something ain't right there in that Washington lineup. So if you've got Dotson and you're considering playing him ahead of someone else, there's probably an uptick there. Cole Turner, probably an uptick. Antonio Gibson, probably an uptick. So just kind of be prepared. But the little scrollies on the bottom and those little signings to practice squads sometimes mean a whole lot more than you think they do.